What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about a round-based survival experience coming to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, some unexpected content, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and as a big reminder, we have plenty of brand new Zombies coverage going up over on dkdynamite.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty. We've had lots of zombie articles going up over the last couple of weeks with the launch of Season 3 Reloaded, and even some news roundups for Black Ops 6 Zombies, but as you guys are probably aware, we're going to have even more Zombies content being written as we near the marketing and reveal of the 6th Black Ops game, and of course, when the game does release this October. We absolutely love covering zombies, and I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage as well. But a couple of days ago, I did post a video talking about PvP, a new mode apparently coming to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, likely with Season 4, and in that video, I did mention what could have been our first gameplay look at this PvP mode. I also mentioned that, yeah, we all want to see some type of small survival onslaught on the Vortex maps, or some type of classic round-based to an extent on a smaller scale map or something, right? There's no doubt about that, but the studio is definitely cooking something special for Season 4 and 5 for those that want that, so be sure to stick around in this video as we're going to break all of that down. But speaking of cooking, here's a word from today's sponsor. Now let's be honest, it's hard to enjoy any of the content that's coming to Call of Duty if you're running on fumes and haven't eaten anything. If you wonder how I can manage to stream for 9 hours straight and get 4 videos out on the same day, it's because of CookUnity. Finding the best meal prep service that works for you could be challenging, but I'm really impressed with the variety of meal choices and the food quality that CookUnity has to offer. What makes CookUnity so unique is that they don't bulk cook everything at a factory and just send it off. They actually work with talented chefs in regional micro kitchens so they can get it sent straight to you. They also offer plenty of diet choices, whether you're gluten-free, a vegetarian, or if you have any dietary restrictions. Now, every meal comes fully cooked, so all you need to do is heat it up, and the instructions are very easy to follow on each package. My favorite meal thus far has been the pork carnita quesadilla from Santiago Lopez. I'm Hispanic, and I know sometimes it's hard to find real good quality pork for a quesadilla. This one hit the spot, but I'm also a huge fan of Italian food, and I was very impressed with the Mom Sunday sauce rigatoni. This was made by Don DeLucci. It came with 4 meatballs and a ton of cheese overall. Now, I've also been a big fan of mac and cheese all my life, so I decided to try the beefy baked mac and cheese with cheesy breadcrumbs. This was made by Chris Rattel. It was phenomenal, and honestly, I think it's great that you have the option of either popping these meals into the oven, or you can even pop most of them into your microwave. But if you're ready to give CookUnity a try, you can click the link down below to check out the wide variety of choices, while you even have the option to pause, skip, or cancel your subscription at any time. Go to cookunity.com/DKD50 or click the link in the description and use my code DKD50 to get 50% off your first order of CookUnity meals to try them out for yourself. But thank you to CookUnity for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video. Following the launch of the mid-season 3 update, the usual data miners did find some very interesting information that nobody out there has really discussed all that much, and that is the addition of unstable rifts. So these unstable rifts do require a vote to enter, like the Dark Ether rifts, and the unstable rifts will have phases that you can complete. There will be portals that spawn in, and you can complete these unstable rifts. There will be survival phases, which I believe are in line with what we saw in the Void objective for Vanguard zombies. In case you guys forgot, the Void objective was added to Vanguard zombies in both Duran Fung and Terra Maledicta, allowing you to play a small round-based experience, but through an objective. So you still have to spawn into the objective maps and then open up areas where that Void objective was. Then once you enter that Void objective, you had the option of staying in that small space the objective brought you to, where you can play classic round-based. You were able to leave those Void objectives if you wanted to go back to the big objective map, and it's unclear if that's how this is going to work. If I had to guess though, you'll probably go into these unstable rifts and stay there. You probably won't be able to go back to the big map or anything. That would be pretty crazy, but my question is, with these not being at the menu, how different is this going to be, right? Will people out there really want to go into the big map, set up, then go into these Void objectives or these unstable rifts, or would they rather have an option to go straight into them from the main menu? You guys can be the judge of that down below in the comments, but like I mentioned in my previous PvP video, that is also leaked out to be something similar to Koshai Complex from DMZ, where you have to go into the big map and then go up to a pedestal or a rift or a portal, and you have to interact to go into that, and then you get put into a separate server to play that experience. These unstable rifts sound like the same thing, but maybe it's possible that when you go into these unstable rifts, you're still in that same big map server you were just in. If that's the case, that's not really endless survival. I'm curious if that's what this is. Is it endless, or Or do you go in and you have a way to beat whatever that is, or you can fail, and then that's it? You get sent back to the big map, or you get game over. I'm curious how they're going to handle this, but like I mentioned on the podcast not too long ago with the Void objective for Vanguard Zombies, that's honestly what could have helped Vanguard if that had been an objective day one. If they wanted to experiment with a round-based Outbreak hybrid and they offered the Void objective from the beginning, people out there probably would have warmed up a little bit more to the idea, still would have been upset with the lack of content, lack of depth and quest and Easter eggs or a cutscene, but at least that would have been something throughout the launch window. But clearly Treyarch just didn't have nearly enough time to even finish that mode, hence why they got out 2 objective-based maps that likely didn't perform well, and then they pivoted to round-based for the later half of Vanguard cycle, Shinonuma Reborn and the Archon. 2 pretty good maps, by the way. I absolutely love the main Easter eggs on those maps, but still, I think it's cool if they're gonna go ahead and do an objective or an Outbreak or an open world type zombie mode to still offer some type of limited survival or onslaught of sorts in some of the regions that are on the big map, whether it's you spawning into that small space, whether it's at the main menu being able to select a portion of that map and play small Onslaught on. I mean, Onslaught was great in Cold War, and like I mentioned before, it's probably the ideal mode to go into compared to Extraction if you just want to level up, you want to rank up some weapons, you want to unlock some camos, or just sit and kill some zombies without having to worry about the big Extraction element of MWZ. But either way, a big question as well is, where will this rift take us in Modern Warfare 3? Will it be where the story missions took place? Will it be in the existing Dark Ether rifts that have already come out, but now you can play a small survival on them? Lots of questions with where we're exactly going in these unstable rifts, but they sound like a lot of fun. And honestly, I think it's cool that Season 4 is taking a bit of a break, reportedly at least, from the usual Dark Ether formula. New players will have a lot to experience if they jump into MWZ for the first time this summer, but if you're a player like myself who's been jumping into MWZ time and time again since it came out a few months ago, then this will still be a breath of fresh air, something different, something outside of the norm for MWZ, because ever since Season 1, all we've really been getting during the post-launch is a new act mission that takes us to a cool rift, and then you get a quest you could do in Urzikstan to then re-enter that rift outside of the act mission to then unlock new schematics via contract completions. That's cool and whatnot, but we need something else on top of that, whether it's Onslaught on the Vortex maps, whether it's some type of Void objective in some of the regions of Urzikstan, whatever that may be, something to spice things up. So if you add in unstable rifts and PvP in Season 4, maybe split up those releases, one at launch May 29th and one during the mid-Season 4 update in late June, that would really give Zombies players something different to enjoy before Season 5 goes back to the norm and brings us a new Dark Ether rift, which is likely going to be the final one to close out the game's life cycle. Now here's the thing, right? I saw the negativity and the controversy around the possibility of a PvP mode in Modern Warfare 3. I get where you guys are coming from. I understand it. I've dissected all of it. I've tweeted about it. We talked about it in depth in the podcast. I completely get it. But when it comes to these unstable rifts potentially being like the Void objective from Vanguard, where you can play small round base, that sounds like a lot of fun. And if anything, even if you guys out there aren't too thrilled about it, but you still want to play new Zombies content, this is still something to keep us waiting until Black Ops 6, until the return to form with classic real round base. It's something. It's better than nothing, and I even said it back during Vanguard, right? Although the updates weren't the greatest, the updates did get better over time essentially until we actually got 2 full-fledged round base maps with 2 fully fleshed out Easter egg quests. We had boss fights. I actually had a lot of fun in both of those maps. The content did get better in that game, even if it was too little too late. It was something to keep us going until MW2, and then in this case, this will be something to keep us going until Treyarch comes back with a 4-year developed and cooked Call of Duty title, which is Black Ops 6. So I'm looking forward to this nonetheless. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the round-based survival experience coming to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies? How you feeling about the unexpected content that just got leaked, plus everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.